Welcome back, everyone, for part 2 of Airline Videos Live in Sint Maarten, Caribbean. We were live at Mahu Beach less than an hour ago, getting blown away by a JetBlue A320. Rudy has made his way back down to the beach. We'll try to zoom in on him. I think he's still wearing the red shirt. Pretty easy to find. I've decided to come back to the hotel. Internet's a little stronger up here, but hopefully, if all goes well, we'll do a couple live streams up here at the hotel, and then we'll make our way back to the beach, maybe for a sunset stream. So stay with us all throughout the course of the day here on YouTube, Airline Videos. So it's a little bit challenging here just because we don't have our normal setup. So hopefully you guys all understand that. We're kind of on a bare bones setup here, using the microphone off the top of the camera. We don't have our audio board. We left that all back in Boston. We'll be back in Boston. We leave tomorrow on a JetBlue A320 back to Boston. And then we'll be back in Boston on Sunday for the big Sunday show, starting at about 11 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. But until then, we got a full day of plane spotting ahead here in Sint Maarten. So have your notifications set. These live streams will be short throughout the course of the day. We plan to start again here at noon. We'll go until KLM arrives. It's an A330 coming in from Amsterdam. And then we'll break down and come back up around 2 o'clock. And that will kind of be a rush of arrivals and takeoffs, including the KLM A330. So it's going to be, all these streams are not completely long streams, as it is very warm here. The equipment overheats, including your plane jockeys, and the sun is intense. So we don't want to be standing out in the sun all day long. So far so good. We were live at Mahu Beach. I say that was pretty successful. Internet's kind of spotty, but we kind of expected that. But it was actually, I'll be honest with you, a lot better than I thought. So here we go. Beach definitely busier than it was when we were down there. Of course, everyone's down there wanting to get jet blasted, more like sand blasted. I'll tell you, the sand blowing off that, see where the car is? All that sand there on the road, it was blasting into your eyes. It was pretty crazy. So certainly not as busy at Mahu Beach as it was yesterday when we flew in. Of course, there was a cruise ship here, docked here yesterday. A lot of people spending time there at Mahu Beach. It is a Friday. We were talking to the fine folks here at the Morgan Hotel, and they said, we're completely booked solid here tonight. So they're wondering where the crowds are. I said, well, I think the afternoon rush hasn't arrived yet. You've got the KLM A330 and a bunch of flights coming in from Florida and New York and Boston. So the rush has yet to begun here on this weekend here in Mahu Beach, Sint Maarten. So I can't really look at the chat too much, so I appreciate you guys. If you guys send any super chats, I'll try to read them out the best I can, just to understand that the sun is really blaring here, so it's really hard to look at all the screens as well as run the camera, since I'm on a monopod. So it's not a traditional tripod, so it's a little bit wobbly. But the reason why I brought the monopod and not the tripod was I had, and of course you saw it this morning, I had every intention of kind of being flexible down there at Mahu Beach. I didn't want to be stuck on a tripod. Tripod on the beach over there, yeah, not a good look. So, oh, there's Rudy. Rudy! Rudy! He's not here. He's off to the beach. There he is. And his flip-flops and everything. So, if you're at work here on the Friday, we take you to Sint Maarten. Just think that if you were here sipping on some cocktails at the beach, Rudy with his official airline videos, live beach towel, flip-flops, he is heading to the beach. So again, if all goes well, we're going to do the next 2 live streams here at the hotel, including, hopefully, the takeoff closest to Mahu Beach. Yesterday, the Air France actually took off in the opposite direction, so I'm not quite sure what KLM is going to do here today. That will be in part 3, just so you know. So we started around just before noon here today for part 2. We'll go for maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes, and then I'll shut down and come back up around 2. We'll get the next rush of that, and then we will make our way back to the beach later this afternoon. So that's the plan. You're currently watching part 2. If you haven't checked out part 1, we were down at the beach. Part 2 back here at the hotel. Part 3 will be at the hotel, and then we'll take part 4 back to the beach a bit later. Yeah, there is. There's 747 of you guys watching. Yes, it's the H Hotel, Sint Maarten. So I just missed the Copa 737 coming in from Panama City as I was setting up. I really made an effort to get back up here for the KLM, so that's the main focus. There'll be a few others, including a JetBlue A320 coming in from New York. Just bear with me here, guys. I'm just gotta do something behind the scenes. Let's see if I can actually put your super chats on the screen here. It's not working. Lewis with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Lewis. Is welcome to the Caribbean, guys. Hope you can stream some San Juan someday. Yeah, a lot of people talking about San Juan. We'll do our best. We have another plane about to arrive here. private jet action coming in for the weekend. Let's check in on Rudy, see if he made it to the beach. You guys see him? He's wearing a yellow hat, black and yellow hat with a red shirt. I don't know if I see him. Where'd you go, Rudy? Back in the water, Rudy? We have a few arrivals happening, including JetBlue Flight 787. This is the JFK A320. Will be arriving here shortly. I also have a St. Barth commuter coming in from St. Jean. It's a Cessna 208B Grand Caravan will be arriving for the JetBlue. We also have that KLM A330 coming in from Amsterdam. You guys see Rudy? Alright guys, so if you're just joining us, you're watching Airline Videos live in St. Martin in the Caribbean. I'm your host, Plane Jockey, Kevin. Rudy is hanging out at the beach, getting those overhead shots. I told Rudy there's just not enough movement throughout the course of the day for you to be up here with me. You gotta go down there and you gotta experience it and get all the video and photos you can. So he's gonna be spending some time at the beach while I give you the live streams here at the hotel. We'll do this live stream. We'll probably end it around the KLM A330 after that arrives, and then I will come back up about an hour and a half later, around 2 o'clock, for the more arrivals and departures. So that's how the afternoon will go. And then I will make my way back to the beach for more live streaming at the beach. It's the JetBlue A320 coming in from JFK. Of course, everyone's getting prepared there at the beach. It's definitely a lot busier than it was earlier. let's face it, everyone's waiting for the 737s, A320s. I don't blame them. So now remember, there is no, so basically when the planes land, they have to backtrack on the same runway they land on. So this is waiting for that JetBlue A320. Had a great ride yesterday on the JetBlue A320. Great crew based out of Boston. First time ever flying on a JetBlue A320. Seats are really nice. The IFE, very, very nice. Tomorrow we're flying out on an A321 back to Boston. All right, you guys ready for a heavy? Only heavy of the day. KLM, it's an A330 coming in from Amsterdam. Everyone's waiting for that takeoff. Oh, look at this JetBlue A320 actually utilizing. Oh no, it's not going to utilize. So they do have jetways. So apparently we'll use the jetway on the way out. When you arrive, it looks like you use the stairs. It takes you straight into customs. So it's just a little hard for me to get now, but I'll read it real quick. Let me know. Sound, audio, it's audio, video, doing good here. You guys enjoying this? There's a big crowd. What's going on over there at the beach? Everyone's got their cell phones out. Is there something going on there? Let's see if we can find Rudy. Rudy. So let's head back to the KLM. Give me one second. All right, so KLM, the A330 coming in from Amsterdam, is now back taxiing on the active runway. We'll head to the gates. Here comes the rush of people. Also use the air stairs to deplane, and then they'll use the jetway for passengers flying back to Amsterdam. Pretty crowded there at Sint Maarten Airport. In total right now, we got actually two JetBlue A320s. Showing off there to all the beachgoers. Kind of coming in low. No ATC here today, guys. This is about as AVL on the fly as we're gonna get. We left most of our equipment back in Boston. You know, when you go to another country, you know, you've got to be very, not that there's any security risk here, but you know, you just don't want to be traveling with your whole really expensive equipment to places, first of all, you've never been to. Sometimes you're just a walking target, so you gotta sometimes go on these trips, kind of lay low a little bit, if that makes any sense. So going into this trip, we knew we were gonna kind of be bare bones, but that's kind of how I wanted it. Let's head back to the, come back to the KLM here in a second. Let's go back to the beach, try to find Rudy. Where in the world is Rudy? He's wearing that red shirt. Shouldn't be too hard to find, unless he's sitting at the restaurant bar. I don't see him. Maybe he got back into the water. Wait, is that him who just got out of the water? You can definitely tell Rudy is absolutely loving this trip. This is a place that he has been wanting to go to for a long time. Even before he even knew who I was in the airline videos. He's tried to come out here many times. And if you guys look at the schedules for planes, especially coming from California, it's just not easy to get here to St. Maarten. So since we're going to be in Boston, Boston is a nonstop. Here to St. Maarten, we just thought we'd take the opportunity to take you here for once. KLM is an A330-300. We did not miss KLM landing. We got it. We do have an ATR 72 coming in from Port of Spain, Caribbean Airlines, next arrival. That might be it for a while, you guys. So again, I can't stress enough have your notifications set. We will be live throughout the course of the day. None of these streams will be really long. There'll be a set of half an hour, 40 minutes, hour at the longest throughout the course of the day. Oh, there's Rudy. Rudy said, I'm not standing under the planes anymore. So back, yeah, so Rudy, he's in paradise, and I'm loving it as well. This is certainly a location you guys have been requesting us to go to for a very long time, probably ever since we started doing live streaming. So here we are. Let me double check, see what the departure time for the Copa or that A320 is. No, there's actually another beach on the other side of all those hotels, and they said it was really, really nice. The really nice beaches on the other side. Not to say that this Mahu beach is not nice, it's just a little bit small. Island is pretty big. So, yeah, that's just the beach known for the airplane flyovers. I'm gonna check the departure time. Stand by, everyone. So, looks like Copa is slated to depart 12:39. That's 4 minutes from now. So I'll stay for the Copa. That's a quick turnaround. We'll stay for Copa, and then we'll end the stream and then come back up around 2 o'clock Eastern for more arrivals and takeoffs, including the KLM A330. Yeah, we were here yesterday. We got in around 12:30. By the time we were ready to test everything out, it was, almost 4. It was pretty much the last thing out was that Delta 757, which we'll see again today. But it was a little too late in the afternoon. Everything was pretty much gone at that point. So the main focus was just today, Friday, for the live streams. We hop on a plane tomorrow afternoon back to Boston, and then we'll be back with you for the Sunday show, big Sunday show in Boston on Sunday. Is this Eastern time here? I don't even know what time zone I'm in anymore. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure your notifications are on. We will be live at least 2 more times throughout the course of today, so keep your notifications on. You don't want to miss the KLM A330 takeoff. At that time, we do have a lot of arrivals coming in from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Charlotte. Around the same time as KLM taking off, we do have about 2 or 3 flights coming in from, well, 2 from Florida and 1 from Charlotte. I also want to give a shout out, since we have a little bit of time here, to the Morgan Resort. We have this absolutely amazing rooftop deck for you to come up here and watch the planes, kind of like the H Hotel. So if you're coming to St. Martin, no sponsorship, but if you're coming to St. Martin, definitely stay at the Morgan. Great service, great rooms, great food. The pool here, I'm telling you, I didn't get into it. We sat by the pool last night at night. It is an amazing pool. Super large. Of course, you need a gigantic pool here when you're up against that type of water. Look at that ocean water. Look at that teal color. You gotta have the best pool in the world to compete against that. Rudy So as I was talking to you earlier about, you know, there's not a ton of traffic in and out throughout the course of the day. And Rudy wants to make sure he gets the shots, photos, and videos at the beach. So I said, Rudy, you just have a time of your life down there at the beach. I'll deal with the live streams. Because that's obviously the most important thing to me, is getting you guys live here. Not that the lives aren't important to Rudy, but I want him to get as many videos and photos that he can. So he's down there at the beach enjoying himself. More than likely, he's probably in the water again, no doubt. Or he's hanging out at the Sunset Bar and Grill, enjoying himself. So the sun is pretty intense here. So as you saw when we first went live, there was a lot of people down there thinking they were going to get blown away. Then more than likely headed over to the restaurants to kind of chill out until, because they all were looking at the schedule, because they're at the Sunset Grill, which is to the left of your screen. They have a arrival and departure board there at the bar, updated, so people can sit there and they know when to mosey on back over to the beach if they want to get blown away. Of course, in part one today, Rudy and I, we were the only ones down there at the beach, got blown away by JetBlue A320. Quite the experience, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not quite sure I really want to do that again. It's great for TV, but you can poke an eye out, if you know what I mean. There was a lot of sand blowing into the eyes, and I can't imagine all the sand that got into the camera. Not that I really care about this camera, but I care about my eyes, because I have really good eyesight, and the last thing I want to do is damage my eyes, because if I damage my eyes, then I can't do these live streams. So it's very important to keep my eyes safe. So with that, I will mosey on back down toward the beach a little bit later. By that point, we will have caught the most of the arrivals and departures. Maybe we'll save the Delta 757 takeoff for down there, but I'm certainly not going to stand right where I was earlier. That was that was quite the experience. Thanks, you guys, for your awesome super chat. I'm trying to read the chats here. Amelia Black with a $15 super chat. Thank you so much, Amelia. Says, Rudy and Kevin, get a drink. That sounds good right now. All right, so the Panama City flight, Copa Air, should be taking off. I think it should be pushing back here shortly. We'll get that takeoff, and then I'll take about an hour break, and we'll come back up around 2. But don't go anywhere. I think Copa is about to push back. I don't see Rudy down there. Is that him? That's him right there. He's got his GoPro in the water. That's Rudy, right? Hopefully he doesn't have his phone with him in the water. Roman Wagner with the super chat. Thank you so much, Roman. Appreciate that. Oliver Garcia with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Oliver. Says cheers from Simi Valley. Hello, Oliver. Welcome to Simi Valley. Simi Valley. St. Maarten. See, the sun's getting to me. Oh, it was Rudy? See, you guys with your big screen TVs can see it better than I can. Though this monitor on this camera is a little bit bigger than the one that we use on our mainstream. So I'm thinking this Copa Airlines 737 should be pushing back here shortly. The jet bridge still connected. a mountain right at the end of the runway. I'm sure you guys all know about that. Still got my eyes on the Copa 737. That will definitely jet blast some people there at Maho Beach. Hope you guys are all having a good Friday so far. We're taking it into the weekend. I know it's very early for you guys there on the West Coast. Mention Rudy and I fly back on JetBlue tomorrow. It's an A321 back to Boston. Spend the afternoon, evening back in Boston, and then we'll wake up early on Sunday. And we will give you the big Sunday show back there at Logan Airport in Boston. Start time is 11 a.m. Eastern, which will still be 8 a.m. Pacific. So you can still get your Sunday fix starting at 8 on the West Coast. And it will be obviously 11 a.m. on the East Coast. That is Sunday for the big Sunday show. Until then, we've got a full day of live plane spotting action here in St. Martin. I'm Kevin, plane jockey Kevin. Plane jockey Rudy is enjoying himself, and I'll be honest with you right now, I'm completely jealous. Rudy is somewhere. He was in the water. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, I think he's over there. Rudy's now out of the water, but I'm extremely jealous that Rudy's over there enjoying himself in that water. It's just, I've never seen water that clear. I've seen it on video, I've seen it on movies, but I've never seen water that clear in my life. I grew up in Michigan. The water in Michigan, Lake Michigan, completely opposite. Alvanor 0293 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Alvanor says it was quite impressed when St. Martin used to have the KLM 747 and the Air France A340-300 in the past. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that KLM 747. Definitely a sight to see back in the day. Air France was in yesterday with an A330-300. Not flying Air France in here today. Today is the KLM A330-300. Shout out to our legend Jane. Once again, Jane sending an absolute amazing super chat here today with a $550 super chat through PayPal. Thank you so much, Jane. I'm afraid to turn the camera on myself right now because I look like a hot mess. Jane, thank you so much. Amazing support. And as I was mentioning in part one, there was some comments, and they're fine. People are going to comment, and they're saying, well, you must be doing really well in life if you can take these trips. Now, remember, this is business. This is Airline Videos Live. Our business is to give you airplane coverage, and you guys have requested St. Martin for the longest time, and we're here, as I always like to say, we're working for you. If you want St. Martin, we're going to find a way to get here, just like Honolulu. So, you know, it does take a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but as I mentioned earlier, St. Martin, believe it or not, is not the expensive part of this trip this week. Boston is probably twice the amount in terms of hotel cost, airfare, and of course car. We're not renting a car here, so we kind of cut the costs on that. So St. Martin overall has not been a very expensive trip. It's nice. Come on down. What's wrong with doing well? I know I ask that question every day. So I say enjoy it. Enjoy it. As I was mentioning earlier, I don't believe, I could be wrong, I don't think there's been any other live stream Maybe there has been. Maybe a non-aviation live streamer has been live down at Mahu Beach. I don't know. But in terms of airport live streamers, I think we're the first ones. So there we go. And I'm sure many more to come, right? All right, so I got my eyes on that Copa. Still the jetway, still attached. That is the plane we're looking at. Supposed to depart about 15 minutes ago. I'll give it another 10 minutes. We'll see what happens if that jetway starts pushing back. But we will start part 3 at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, we will start part 3, which will include the KLM A330 takeoff and a bunch of other smaller planes, 737 A319s, coming in from Charlotte, Fort Lauderdale, and I think Miami. There's also a Delta 757 coming in from Atlanta a bit later. Tater. Make sure to hit that like button. Of course, we're kind of freaking out YouTube with this. We're not putting any placeholders up. Even the Morgans prepared. Look at this. They know a thing or two about plane spotters, that's for sure. So shout out again to the fine folks here at Morgan, the Morgan Hotel. Excellent hotel. Great views. I don't know if you guys were watching the Instagram live. I was testing out the cell service yesterday. You can't see it, but you can kind of see the tail end of it. There's a place called the Sandbar, which is right next to the Morgan. It's kind of blocked by the other side of the Morgan. Last night, you guys are calling him the lobster salesman. One of the servers there, very energetic guy, knows how to work the room, that's for sure. Showed us the, what did he say, a six pound lobster? It was still alive. I don't know how barely alive it was, but he let Rudy hold it. He wanted me to hold it, and I said, no, thanks. All right, we got the jetway now pushing back. All right, so this will be the last takeoff of part 2 here today, and then we will come back for part 3 around 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go chill out, get out of the sun for about an hour. All right, everyone. So you're gonna see a bunch of people are probably sitting at the Sunset Grill waiting for the next plane so they can get blown away. So once they start seeing that Copa start heading over toward the runway, you're going to see, I'm sure, a mad dash of people running over there. Copa should be pushing back here. I believe this is a 737-700. Should be heading back to Panama City. Day here today. It's fairly windy, windier than yesterday. Alright, Copa 737-700 now pushing back from the gates. Back at the beach, see if people are running over there. Josh Aldridge with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Josh. Josh says, enjoying the views from St. Maarten. Make sure you and Rudy take some time and enjoy yourselves. Yeah, we had a good time last night. Trust me, just being here at live streaming, you know, it's my happy place anyway. So thank you, Josh. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We got much more to go throughout the course of the day. We have our arrival happening. It is officially 1 p.m. So we'll get this Copa takeoff. We'll shut down this stream and then we'll be back up for part 3 around 2. And Linda gifting 5 Airline Videos Live membership. Thank you so much, Linda. Agenda. Appreciate that, Linda. Thank you so much. And Janet Pinky Todd with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Pinky. Says, hi, Kevin and Rudy. Glad you're enjoying the Morgan. Too bad I'm in St. Kitts next week. Otherwise, I would have popped over. Take some time to enjoy yourselves. Well, Pinky, I understand why you come here often. It's a great place. Thank you so much. We'll definitely have to meet up here, Pinky, at some point. O'Malley with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, O'Malley. Says, holy moly, danger blash. I'm totally jealous. Lads, stay classy. Jealousy, no. O'Malley, you know what? I'll be honest with you. When we got here yesterday, we were testing out the cell phone service down there at Mahu Beach, and it was non-existent. And turns out there was a cell tower issue yesterday, believe it or not. Our luck, right? So I was kind of bummed. You know, we went and sat at the Sunset Grill, and I'm sitting there looking at this beautiful beach, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it at that moment because I was just so sad. I was like, you know, the shot that I wanted is to be live at the beach. You know, that's the shot. That's the live stream I wanted. And so I was really bummed. And there was a little bit of hope last night when we, you know, did the live stream on Instagram. And it gave me hope. And I thought, oh, geez, if I can do Instagram here. And it held really, really well. I was ready. So ready this morning. I was like, Rudy, let's go. We had breakfast, and I was so ready to get to the beach and make sure that we could do the live stream at the beach. And yeah, there was a little hiccups here and there. For the most part, it worked out a lot better than I would have ever imagined. So we were able to do the live at the beach. Mission accomplished. If all goes well, I'd like to go back there a bit later, but definitely I want to be up here to get the good stuff. Where is Copa going? Should be making a right-hand turn. Are you going to be taking off over the beach? I guess it's going to be taking off over the water. That's interesting because the wind right now. That's what Air France did yesterday. A330 actually took off over the ocean. The wind is blowing southwest at 18 miles per hour. Huh. Let me see what happens here. I don't know, it kind of stopped in its tracks. I also have a JetBlue A320 lighting up heading to JFK. I think that's There's been an A320 sitting there since yesterday. I think that plane might be broke. So the one heading back to JFK has to be the one sitting over there. That's not leaving. All right. Let's see what Copa does here. And then I'll turn this one off. We'll take a break and then come back around 2 for round 3 here today. All right, looks like unless he's going to back taxi. Let's see what happens here. I think he's going to take off. Maybe taking off over the beach. Still at Maho Beach. It's still an awesome sight. Thrill. Once I start seeing Copa start rolling down, I will swing the camera. Actually, it looks like they've closed the doors in that JetBlue. The flight is about to take off. This Copa Airlines flight 133 heading to Panama City, a 737-700. Like I said, it's still a thrill for those takeoffs. All right, so we'll see what this JetBlue A320 does here. It looks like the doors is closed. I'm gonna walk out of the sun just for a few seconds here. So I'm gonna lock the camera down. Bear with me. Alright guys, so what I think I'm going to do is just keep the stream rolling, though I'm going to go sit out of the sun just for a few moments. We do have a bunch of flights on their way in, and we got some departures happening. So what I'm going to do is just keep it on. I'll keep it on, but I'm going to get out of the sun for a second. Still here. So like I said, I'll keep the stream rolling. I think we'll just keep it rolling instead of starting 3, but I'm just going to take little breaks to get out of the sun here and there. So I'm still here. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the beach cam. This is on a monopod, so it's going to shake a little bit. I don't have a solid tripod with me here. right, so we do have some flights coming in from Charlotte to Miami. Should be here in the next few minutes. JetBlue still sitting there at the gates. Some of you guys are commenting and saying, Kevin doesn't sound right. It's because I don't have my headset. I don't have our normal mic setup, so I probably do sound a little bit different. I'm just using the mic on top of the camera. I'm okay. Don't worry. You guys worry too much. You think I worry too much. You guys worry too much. Stop worrying. We have an ATR 42 up next for arrival. Carl S. gifting 5 Airline Videos Live memberships. Thank you so much, Carl. That was a Win Air ATR 42 500. Looks like our next arrival. American Airlines Flight 2478 coming in from Charlotte in A319, followed by American Airlines Flight 1136 coming in from Miami, a 737-800. You also have Spirit Flight 100 coming in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida in an A321. And Delta Airlines Flight 1894 coming in from Atlanta on a 757-200. All those flights, arrivals, which means only one thing. They'll all be taking off all around the same time. So there might be a part 3. We'll see how this all plays out here. I might have to rest some of the equipment. Like Ed, he's been standing out in the sun. I'm walking back into the shade. Give me a few seconds. You all right there? You took a fall. the wind is getting too crazy. You know, when you see your life flash before you, that just happened with the camera falling to the ground. I thought, oh, there goes the camera, we're done. These Panasonics, they take a licking, keep on ticking. But the JetBlue is still connected to the jetway. So we have 3 or 4 arrivals, and then I think I'm going to shut everything down, and then we'll do part 3 closer to 2. Give the equipment a little bit of a break, including your plane jockey. More people sitting there at standing there at Mahu Beach. Montana with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Michael says hello, Kevin and Rudy. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Michael. So far, so good. If there's a way, stand by. Leaning it up against the post. I'm going to get out of the sun again. Stand by. guys, I'm just doing a battery check, or battery change real quick. Stand by. So they're all gonna like leave at the same time. Rudy's back, by the way.
It's like
How was it?
way hotter up here.
Oh, it's way hotter up here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Now I want to go to the beach. What are we doing up here? Let's just go to the beach. American A319, this flight coming in from Miami. No, 737 coming in from Miami. This flight was coming in from Charlotte. Also waiting on that JetBlue A320 that will be heading back to JFK. Certainly want to see take off the opposite direction of that Copa. So Rudy comes back up here, he says it's a lot warmer up here than the beach. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Yeah, we'll get the KLM takeoff. And what I'm thinking maybe, possibly, if you guys are okay with it, after the KLM takeoff, all these flights that are coming in now, including the Delta 757, will all be taken off around 4, I think. So maybe we head back to the beach for that. So we'll play it by ear. It's going to be one of those days.
I'll get more.
Rudy brought me some water. I already had some water. I'll go on. All right, another arrival. place. That was a Spirit A321 coming in from Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, so we're using a monopod here today, and of course it just fell over. So I do have to readjust the camera. It's kind of lopsided right now. Getting those props ready for everyone at the beach. I don't know if that was a "I'm coming." The JetBlue should be pushing back here shortly. It's the A320 heading to JFK. We do have a Delta 757 coming in from Atlanta. Again, over at the beach, getting busy again. Rudy, you're in our shot. Is a flight I want to be kind of close to the beach for later. If you saw the test stream yesterday, it was blowing people into the ocean. waving at us, they're waving at everyone on the beach. Jet blast going to be happening here, though that JetBlue A320 should be pushing back here shortly. Delta's still waiting to head toward the gates, more than likely waiting for that JetBlue A320 to push back. The Delta flight is 1894, coming in from Atlanta, 757-200. All right, JetBlue now pushing back. JetBlue Airways flight 788 heading back to JFK, A320. Hopefully we will see that closer to the beach. Even yet, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure your notifications are set. I'd really appreciate that. We're on part 2 today. Earlier this morning we took you to Maho Beach. We'd like to take you back to the beach a bit later in a different live stream, but for now we're just going to keep part 2 rolling here. So we do have that JetBlue A320 now pushing back. We'll be heading to JFK. JetBlue wasting no time. Of course, Delta is waiting for that gate. Beach. Everyone getting ready. Getting all excited. Heading your way. So Rudy and I got blasted this morning by JetBlue A320. I gotta tell you, it was pretty powerful, even for an A320. Of course, people come from all over the world to come to this beach to do exactly what's about to happen. Yeah, hold on to your Biscoffs. Hold on for dear life and close your eyes. There's a lot of sand that blows up from that street right there. KLM already pushing back? Look at that, KLM, the A330 pushing back already.
I'm going to have to go down to the beach.
Rudy's gonna run to the beach. I don't blame you. All right. Rudy's running back to the beach. I don't blame him. Is it taking off or is it just being pushed?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know, what time is it?
It's going to Port of Spain.
Oh, it is. So I guess it's going to Port of Spain. Does it come back? did push it back in the direction that not looking good. People getting daring over there. Really? You want to stand right there? Yeah, best of luck to you. You better hope there's not a car driving. I'm sure these people have done this before, right? Oh, from Port of Spain it goes to Amsterdam. Gotcha. Sorry. Having a hard time reading the phone up here. It's a little bright out. Starting taxi. That truck out of the way. Like, move it. unfortunately, KLM is going to be taking off over the water. Oh, wait. No. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Rudy's on his way to the beach. Did he make it? Oh boy, stand by. These people, if they thought that they were being jet blasted, just wait. It's coming for you. Whoever survived that first round. Oh, just a wait. Rudy made it back down there. I feel like the JetBlue A320 blew people away more. Maybe they were more prepared for the KLM. There's a few that blew into the ocean. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream and we'll pop up again a bit later. Maybe I'll head back to the beach. Maybe we'll try the beach one more time here. We'll try it. How about that? For now, I'm going to try to get a little bit cool and cool off some of the equipment. So we will be back. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 Part 3 coming up. A bit later, tater. All right, thanks you guys. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out as well. Oh, Rudy was down there. I wonder if he got some good stuff. There's Rudy. Oh, we got an ATR. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream. We'll see you on part 3 coming up.